Welcome to my channel, Living Your Best Life, and I'm Cindy Samaha, and today I am super excited because I'm going to talk to you about my contour and concealer hacks for the over 50. But before we get into all that fun, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Click that little bell right next to it so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. That does help my channel to grow. And leave me a comment. I so love hearing from you. So, let's get into this. So let's talk about aging skin. Okay, as we grow older, everything seems to be going south. And that's the same way with the skin on the face, is that sagging starts to take over, collagen is lost, wrinkles appear, and the elasticity of our skin goes away. So I've got more sagging gels here, that is more wrinkled and deeper wrinkles around my mouth, wrinkles under my eyes. That's better with Botox. I have to say everything's better with Botox. So Botox around the eyes really do help those wrinkles, but not so much around the mouth and the jowl lines. That does not help. So I want to talk to you about the concealer and contour hacks that I have that help with that. And I learned those over the years and learned those by watching others and makeup artists and seeing how they overcome by illusion those wrinkles and sags, and how you can do that at home too. That you're not a lost cause, and it's easy. I don't do all these hacks for an everyday look, but for if I'm going out, it's a special occasion, I'm going out to dinner with my husband, I like to put these in my side pocket, especially if I'm going to be taking pictures like we did on the cruise. So let's get into that. Okay, first I want to do the concealer hacks. Now I've already done the concealer on my eyes because that's not really a hack with this. Lots of things can be done with the concealer. You can conceal blemishes with the concealer. You can, again, like I'm going to show you in a minute, the illusion of how to get rid of some of these dark patches on your face where it's wrinkled, deep wrinkles in here, and how to have a more lifted look in your facial features. Okay, the first one I've got is around the nose here, right down in there. Now, just so you know, I've already put on my makeup, and I've already got my foundation is already on. So I'm putting it right into the deep wrinkle there around my mouth. Now I'm going to blend that in. You want to use a concealer that's slightly lighter than the makeup, foundation makeup that you have. That way it'll have an occlusion, I can't speak today, the illusion of it being lighter in there and not such deep wrinkles. Already you can see there's a lightness in there. The other hack I want to show you is how to use concealer to stop your lipstick from bleeding. And I don't use a ton of this because I don't want it to be goopy, but I use just a little bit of this right on the corners of my lip where I'm going to be using my lip liner, and right underneath that. So around the lips, and then buff that out. Now that's also going to help again so that I don't have bleeding around my lips. See, I'm buffing it all out. There we go. What I also do with my contour is that I make it just a little bit around the eyes here, right by the eye. So we want to lift the eye up. I have sort of droopy eyes on the outer corners, and I want to lift the eyes up. So then I take my little sponge and I just buff that out just a little bit. And that also helps making that line sharp. And it gives the illusion that the eyes are going up. also have a little blemish right there. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we are. I'm happy with that. How that looks. Okay, good. Alright, so we've given the illusion that the eyes go up and given this a lighter look. It's still, you can still see the wrinkles in there, see sort of the shading difference, but it's really lightened up, especially right around here. And then also around my lips, that's lightened up, and again, that's going to help that the lipstick doesn't bleed into those fine lines around your lips. Oh, I use my favorite concealer, which is my Tarte Creaseless concealer, and it's in 10N, so it's pretty light. The contour I'm going to be using is Charlotte Tilbury, and I just love Charlotte Tilbury. This is 2 medium, and then there is what the pan looks like. I mean, this is like enough contour for my life. I mean, there's just so much contour in here. And what I like to do is I like to take my brush and just tap it in it. Swirl it around it if I want a little bit more, but tap it in it. Now for a hack that I have used that's helpful for me when I want to make sure the placement of my contour is just right, I use the gun placement. So which is you point your finger like a gun, put it at the top, right at the corner of your ear, alongside your nose, and there you go. This is your cheekbone, and you want to go right along top of the cheekbone, right there. And that gives you a guide. I want you to see side with contour, the side without contour. This side just sort of looks blah. There's no depth in it. And so here you see the depth right alongside that jaw. So let's do the other side. All right, let's get it in there. Blend it out. Make sure there's no harsh lines. Okay. So they look even. And what I typically do is with the leftover what I have on my brush, I'll take it and I'll go just right under the chin. Again, this is about creating depth and dimension into your face. Accentuate the jawline. Because I have a skinny, long face. It's helpful to know if you know your face shape. I'm an oval, and so what I want to do is create jaws here. So create like I have a little bit more jaw bone in there. And so this is helpful if you have a round face to be able to do this, so to sculpt it out. You'd sculpt it out a little bit differently where you might come up above the jawline if you have too accentuated of a jaw, or if you have a little bit more skin, a little bit more volume under here. Now I also take, if there's enough on there, I take and contour the end of my nose. You know, I don't take a big production in makeup. I don't make it that I'm in here putting makeup on for hours. That's not a part of my lifestyle. You know, I love makeup. I love putting makeup on. I love going out with my makeup on. I always feel more normal. and sort of helps with my situation currently. So that helps me to be happier when I feel better about myself. But I don't want it to be a chore. So that's why I don't make it a big production. You know, I do like to put effort into it, but not a ton. Now you see there we go. Now you see the contour shape coming in of my nose. It's not that hard. Just use the brush. And this is a Real Techniques brush. I love Real Techniques brush. They are so good. And this is just on a very dense brush, and it's an angled brush. So that's super nice. It's my happy brush. I love that brush. Okay, so there's all the contouring that I'm going to do for that. Now, if you wanted to and you want to do a little bit more contouring, you can also go down here. Just do a little bit of lighter concealer right there. Right under there. That will help accentuate the jaw that you've just created with the depth with the contour. There we go. And that's helped accentuate the jaw. Okay. All right, let me okay, let me put my wig on and I'll be right back to finish this up. Okay, got my wig on. I'm all looking good, happy about that. Now I'm going to do my lips, do the lip liner. And I'm using the Makeup Forever Artist Lip Pencil in whatever walnut. I love this. I can't stop using this thing. This is just wonderful. I like it because it's more waxy. I guess that's a good word. It's more waxy, and it really has a good staying powder, a good staying power. Ugh. If you want to, you can use your finger and just sort of blend it in there just a little bit. But I love the color on this. It's a neutral shade and it's wonderful. Okay, now let's do the blush. Let that sit. All right, now we're going to do the blush. Okay, now I'm only going to do it right there. You want to make sure you straight where your pupil is. You don't want to go anywhere past the pupil. And you're going to put it right on top of that contour right there. You definitely don't want to swirl it down and put on the apples of your cheeks. That's going to bring it down. Now we're going to blend it out. Now this is a little dark for me, so I'm just going to use my sponge with a little complexion on there. A little foundation that's still on there, and just sort of lighten that up just a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay. Very good. Nice. Okay. So the blush is on. Very good. Let's finish up the lips. Lipstick is on. Now I'm using the new Haus Labs gloss, and this is just phenomenal. It feels like a gloss, but it's not sticky. And it also has a lot of hydration. And man, this is nice. I've been using this non-stop since I got it. I just love this. And this is more of a neutral shade. And it pairs really well with the color of that lip liner. So there we go. All right, there's my contour and concealer tips for the over 50. I hope you enjoy this. I hope this was helpful for you. Maybe gave you permission that you don't have to do everything, and maybe an easier way to do it. So again, I hope it was helpful. I hope you would enjoy this. I know I enjoy creating content for you. Please let me know in the comments if there's something you'd like to see in the future. I'd be happy to do that. That would be fun for me too. So anyway, wherever you are in the world, I just want you to know that I love you. I so care about you. I pray for you. I hope you are living your best life, because I am. I know that's for sure. So I will see you next week, Monday at 4. Have a great week. Bye-bye.